guys, it's Jake here from Empire forex, and today we are on Bitcoin US dollar. Current price is at $43,300, and we have about 8 days left remaining on the monthly candle, okay? If price action does close pretty bearish here, we could see a push down lower to probably fill imbalance on the higher time frame. But here, we're going clear imbalance here and imbalance down below here, all right? We do have the breaker block here of previous price action back in 2017. That price action could respect over this little order block down the bottom here before collecting orders to push higher, okay? That is one option. Yes, it's scary. However, we have to be mindful that price action could do this before going long again. This is just making the long-term effect of Bitcoin structure stronger, okay? Let's just drop down to the weekly chart. And what can we spot here? We do have this imbalance in the weekly chart as well. We do have liquidity forming. Sorry, I'll just zoom right in here. We have all these little equal lows at the moment forming, so there's a lot of liquidity building up, all right? So on the monthly chart and on the weekly chart, we are in an uptrend, all right? We had this previous weekly sell range here that price action broke out of, and we have changed trend right here, and price action is pushing out, all right? So on the weekly chart, and on the monthly chart, we are in an uptrend. On the daily chart, we're actually in a downtrend, and I will go through that. So what did price action do here? The price action came up to exactly where we thought. We filled this imbalance here, and we've just tapped into the weekly order block, and we had a rejection straight away, okay? So price action is pushing down. So what's the options here? Price action is likely to mitigate. What price action likes to do is to mitigate old ranges, okay? So this is the old daily and weekly sell range that price broke out of, and we're actually rejecting this right now, okay? So let's just drop down to the daily chart and see how we're looking. All right, so on the daily chart, if you saw my forecast a couple of weeks ago, we made a new lower low. Why? I'll just draw these on quickly. We had a boss here, and then we had a little boss up here on the daily. I'll zoom right in so you can see. Yeah, so we had two bosses here. We have we're making high highs, high lows, high highs, and then we broke structure here, created a new lower low, and broke structure here. So we had multiple breaks of structure. Once you've had a change of trend, there's a probability that we're going to create a lower high, which we expected. I thought price action might come a little higher, however, it came 50%. Or mitigated 50% of this other range, and then price actions pushed down and created a new lower low. So what can we expect after this? There's a 75% probability that price action could come up here in this new daily sell range and create a lower high to create a new lower low. So price action could push down to here and mitigate these levels, which will create more equal lows. The more times this support area gets hit, every time, this is creating weakness, all right? And this will break through at one stage if this price action comes all the way down to this bottom of this range, all right? There's a high probability that price action will probably sweep this, fill imbalances on the higher time frame, and then look for long-term jeopardy to make new all-time highs, okay? Another thing is that we do have this old sell range that price action is mitigating right now. We've just rejected this order block right here, and it's looking nicely, okay? And we have this order block and breaker block combo. So when this happens, there's a high probability that price action will have a reaction, all right? And what can we expect after this? What I would love to see happen for long term, I'd love to see how next week candle closes. If next week's candle closes, if we can have some sort of daily change of trend, and then next week we finish bullish, we could see some nice upside potential to hopefully create new to all-time highs, and we'll probably see one last pump for the year, maybe in the start of next year. So back in 2017, when I was in it as well, we had, I remember it was around this time frame, price action, stuck around for a little bit, and then we had one last pump in the market before the bear crash. All right, so if this does happen and we do pump up, I would highly recommend taking partials and profits on the way up, because there's a high probability that price action will correct back down, okay? So people have asked me, should I be buying crypto right now? Look, if you're buying for the long-term jeopardy of Bitcoin, I would scale in on the big pullbacks, all right? And where would I buy? All right, I wouldn't just dump a whole load of money into one buy order. I'd just scale it in at key areas. All right, so we have this key area right now. This is a great area to buy for long term. However, you have to be mindful that we are in a daily sell trend. However, the weekly and monthly are bullish for the time being. It doesn't have to stay that way. All right. So this is one key area. Another key area, I'd buy at these lows here. But if it does come down here, there's a high probability that we will swipe. So obviously the $28,000 to $30,000 mark would be another key area. So you got the $38,000 to $40,000. Oh, sorry, the $37,000 to $40,000 area. I'd buy some. However, if we do sweep these lows, there's the $20,000 imbalance to be filled, and then there's obviously the $15,000 to $10,000 range that I would look to buy crypto for long term. Okay. However, let's just see how price action reacts around here. Hopefully next week we finish bullish to push higher. Okay. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's forecast. Let's see how price action develops over the next couple of weeks, and fingers crossed we finish one more pump for the year, take some more profits. Anyways, thanks, guys.